Well, good morning, viewers, wherever you are, all over the world. I'm Wole Akingbasote, and we are transmitting from our digital television studio in Akure, Ondo State, Nigeria. I have the pleasure to have with me in the studio today the #1 citizen of Idanre. He's here to just shed some light on the updates of our beloved community, Idanre Kingdom. And before I started going further and further, please can you tell us your name and the position you hold in Idanre community?
Thank you, sir. My name is Honorable Barrister Smart Omotadowa. I'm the Executive Chairman of Idanre Local Government.
Thank you for introducing yourself. And without any doubt, I am from Idanre community as well. And it would be nice for people to know exactly what is happening in the community. Our television coverage is not within only Idanre community, it's within Ondo State, Nigeria as a whole, and all over the world. So we are transmitting worldwide. Mr. Chairman, you are the first citizen. You are #1 citizen of Idanre Kingdom, if I'm not making any mistake, as a chairman of the local government. And there was a time I drove through Owena to see what is going on at Owena. My father was born at Owena, and Owena is known as the capital of, as the headquarters of that local government. So when I drove past through the local government compound, I saw that the gate was locked. So can you tell us a little bit why it was locked? Why do you have an annex? And what is the economic importance of having annex outside the situated local government headquarters?
Thank you, sir. As you are aware, we have 774 local governments in Nigeria.
Okay.
And Idanre is one of them.
Okay.
And the headquarters of Idanre local government is Owena.
Okay.
And you can see that though Owena is a little bit far from the community,
okay,
the headquarters was sited in that place just for the convenience of Idanre and Federal when we were still together.
Okay.
You see, the headquarters is far from Idanre, but of course there's nothing we can do unless we change the constitution. So that is where we are. That is where we are still operating from. And you talk about locking of the gates.
Of the gates.
Yes, I'm not sure. Maybe you passed through that place during
the weekend. Okay.
During weekend.
But I can see that there was no activities.
No, maybe it should be weekend. It's either Saturday and Sunday, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Because Monday and Friday there is activities there. Of course, that is where I resume. That is where I work on a daily basis.
Okay.
So it still remains the headquarters of the Idanre local government, unless the constitution is changed and we move the headquarters to another place. You also asked me about the annex.
The annex.
Of course.
Yes.
Like I said, if you can see in my opening remark, I said the headquarters is a little bit far from our people. And the little thing that our people can get just with 1,000 naira from the local government, it will take them like 10,000 naira just to move from Odo, de Alade or Atoshi to come and get those things. For example, the local government origin, the marriage certificate or marriage celebration, people prefer to go to Akure to go and do all these things because the way the headquarters is being cited. So when I came on board, I decided to make a change. There's nothing bad. We are not moving the headquarters out of Owena, but at least to bring government closer to our people. And that is why we decided to create an annex in Elifit. And of course, it was well applauded by all women of Makari because it removes a lot of problems of our youth.
Okay, you're talking about the logistics.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because like I said, you know, people coming just to come and take local government origin. That is just for 1,500 naira.
Okay.
They need to take transport of about 7,000 naira to get to Owena.
Wow.
And I decided that this is not fair to our people. And they can take Okada of 100 naira or 50 naira just to access the early feed there to get all these things. So this is one of the rationale behind the idea that, okay, let us bring all these things closer to. If you are coming from Lagos, you can branch in Owena to obtain it. But if you are in Idanre, you need not to come to Owena. You can easily access it at Elefield there. Also, the marriage, the birth certificate too. People are also coming to Owena to come and get this. We also have an annex there now, and where we have a desk where you can easily get it. Also, the marriage celebration of marriage, this thing. When I came on board, I discovered that for the whole year, it's only about 3 or 4 marriages that will be consummated.
Wow!
In that local government, people prefer to go to Akure because Akure is the heartbeat of Ondo State. And by the time we decided to move that department entirely, that section was moved from Owena to Odode. I can say, without missing word, that since June to this time we've done close to 80 or 90 marriages. So I think it had a glamour to the town and people were happy. And again, every Thursday I'm always available in that place to attend to our people.
You mean at Owena?
At the annex. Yes,
okay.
I'm always available there every Thursday.
Okay.
So that I can access, people can access me, I can take their INA, whatever they need. So we need not to come to Owena. And if you have a letter to give to us there, instead of driving to Owena, it's an annex. You can drop it at the annex there. And we have somebody that.
Can you tell us where the annex is located?
The annex is located behind the youth center.
Okay.
In Odo.
By
Elefield area.
Wow. So then that was from our conversation, and you are telling us that the revenue that you are getting from your innovation of the annex now is better than what you be having before.
Oh, of course, because when you look at talking about the IGRU generation, if we look at it, when I came on board, I think on a monthly basis is about 200 or 300,000, and I can say now that within that June that annex was created, I think we are generating close to 5 million naira or 4 million naira monthly.
Really?
Because I told them I see no reason why the IGRU official should be in Owena. You have nothing doing in Owena.
They should go to the field.
They should go to the field. And going to the field too, some of them need to report in Owena before they will come to the field, before they will get there. At times they get tired. But now, since they have that office in Elefield, they can easily resume 8 o'clock, and by 8:30 they are out to do their normal jobs. Easy to access Alade, to access Satoshi, and to access Odode as well, and every nook and cranny of the local government.
Wow, that's very impressive, and not only that, that's very innovative. Then, is there anything your administration, I call it administration because you are still the number one citizen, is there anything from your own thinking to use community effort so that we can revive the logistic problem of the road between Owena and Idanre, so that the access to the main local government headquarters can be possible? Are you engaging private citizens of Idanre? We know that some of Idanre people are very hardworking. We have a lot of cocoa entrepreneurs there. Beside the government intervention, what effort are you using to ensure that our community they support building to support the road that leads to that Owena, because we cannot forget that Owena?
Yes. When we came aboard too, we've done about 5 meetings with the cocoa buyer. That is our major area of revenue in Idanre local government. Yes. So we've met them, and honestly, I must say that I'm happy with the union, with the association. They are partnering with us in every aspect of our administration. But the road construction, of course, I've already tabled it before Mr. Governor, and graciously, I know by December we are going to get started with the construction of that road. Mr. Governor told me he's going to give each local government about 7 or 10 kilometers.
Wow, that's
choosing Owena.
Oh wow, that's
so that at least the local government headquarters can be well assessed. So we are doing that, and people have been so supportive. Talking about area, when I came on board too, I discovered that what we are getting as an IGRU, the rate, a trailer of cocoa, I think is about 7,000 naira.
Okay.
I presented an executive bill before the legislation which was graciously debated and approved. Yes, so we've already jacked up the price of what we are getting. And
so what are you getting now? You were getting 7,000
before.
So what are you getting now?
About 30,000.
Wow, that's a huge development.
And I can tell you,
that's about 23,000 difference.
Yes, and they are compliant. They said because they can see what we are doing with the revenue collected from them. You know, passion of the road. We've already done. If you go to Elephant now, there was a building built before. I think they were using the building for. What do they call this? Library. Okay. I think it was built during Shasakindi regime.
Okay.
We brought the building down. It was a total construction. What we are doing now, because it already
Where is the building located?
The building is also located beside the youth center.
Okay.
It's also located. We brought it down and we rebuilt it entirely. We want to do a crèche there.
Okay.
Yes, crèche is there. Then we have ICT center there.
Okay.
And we have so many things there. We've already completed it. What's remaining now is just painting and things, and by December it's going to be completed and we get it commissioned.
Wow.
So we are also doing that. We got this money from IGRO and the support from the state government.
From the state government. So that's very impressive to me and also innovative. The only industry that we have in Idanre local government as of today is what they call this cocoa processing industry in Alade. Is there any community development or community responsibility coming from that area through your office to Idanre people, or what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, you know, it was government home before.
Okay.
But I think government has already divested. It's private individual that is operating that place now. They call them dwelt Limited now.
Dwelt Limited.
And I can tell you their product is so superb because I taste one of their product that look like Milo.
Chocolate.
Yes, it's just like Milo. It's just like Milo. It's everything. And of course, because I had a chat with them, I met with their management, I invited them to Owena. Then we had a roundtable meeting. You know, Idanre, we are very loving people. Of course, they said they have in Ileoluji, they have in Ijebu-Ode, but according to them, they said Idanre is the most conducive atmosphere for them to operate. And they are doing that. Now there is nothing they can do for now because they are just coming up.
Okay.
And based on the information I gather from them, they are making losses now. But I told them, you can't start a business and start making profit at the same time. You know, it has to take time. You have a teething time so that you can get back to track. And I think the business is doing well. People are patronizing it. I was at Sesi about 4 days ago. I saw their product on their shelf there.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. So from your record, do you have like a percentage? Because when there's a company in a society, there's something called company responsibility or community responsibility. Do you have on your record that they employ anybody from Idanre?
Of course, most of 80% of those people who are working, except the top echelon of the organization, they are from Idanre.
Wow.
Well, I can say that for free. They are from Idanre because I assessed them and I asked them and I went there and I saw that most of the workers there are Idanre indigenous.
Wow. Anyway, I'm sure that if I don't ask this question, the people of Idanre will be pulling my leg that, you know, you came to our studio and I allowed you to work free without it. Is it true that the government has frozen the process of Obaship in Idanre? Is it true?
No. It's ongoing. Like I told you, you know, there are a lot of petitions here and there from the royal family, from the Oga, from concerned citizens and what have you. So based on this, and as government of the day, the government need to look at all this so that at the end of the day, if the kingmaker are done with the process, there won't be litigation. So government need to step in at least to address all this gray area and then so that they can give them a clean beat to go. It's the responsibility of the kingmaker. The government is not doing anything. Once the kingmakers, once they are ready, we give them the go ahead. But based on the petition from there and concerned citizens, government need to look at this to avoid litigation when the process is complete.
So in other words, government has put the process temporarily on hold. Would that be the right statement to say?
Yes, it's not on hold, but just for them to finish
have time.
The investigation.
Okay, so there's an investigation going on.
Yes, to attend to most of the petition before them.
Okay, so there are petitions regarding the process from the citizen.
Yes.
Okay.
So that once they are done with the petition, then we can have a clean beat to avoid litigation. You can see that is exactly what happened in Alade Okuntu.
Okay.
Assuming this process was put in place, it won't be like that.
Okay.
And government take a clue from what is happening in Alade.
Okay.
And said, okay, we won't allow it to happen to the other. So that is why they were trying to attend to those petitions so that we can make a headway.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you, the first citizen of Idanre, the Honorable Chairman. So before you leave, if you look to the camera now, what is your advice now that the Christmas is approaching? What is your advice to the people here and to the people in diaspora? How do you entice them to come home and celebrate Christmas at Idanre?
All of them, some of them have traveled for a long time ago. They may not know so much about Idanre. Idanre is a beautiful place to behold. And the government of the day is trying to do a lot to make sure that Idanre get the necessary attention. And the governor is a very fantastic governor. He listens to us. We're the chairman, because I know most of the time, by the time I discuss Idanre, we tell me, Smart, Idanre is one of the priorities. After all, we voted for him, and Idanre is very key in this administration. So I just want to tell my people in diaspora that there's no place like home.
Okay.
They have to remember Idanre. They have to do investment in Idanre. We have a lot of things. Investors are coming from abroad now, both London, US, and everywhere, just to come and look at what they can do in Idanre. And we have a lot of mineral resources swimming in our soil, gold and whatever. So they are trying to comb everywhere to see whether they can get anyone, so that we can become one of the industrialized community.
The tourism is part of the potential of Idanre. So any brief about Mari Festival this year?
The Mari Festival is coming up this December.
Okay.
And that is why I also give it to the Commissioner for Tourism, who happened to be my childhood friend. Yes, Folabi Adesoji.
Okay.
Folabi Adesoji is also doing a good job. When he came on board, I think that is one of the proposals he presented before the governor, and graciously the governor approved the reborn of Mari again, who has been shut down for the past 8 years. So it's coming up on strength, and I think this December is going to be celebrated. It's going to be for it. We are going to do a lot of things. And again, lest I forget, in coming to Idanre, because I remember when we were growing up in the 80s, there's nothing like Okada in Idanre.
Okay.
Because I school in Idanre. Methodist Primary School, Methodist High School. What took me out of Idanre and Ondo State was my university in Lagos.
Okay.
So, we discovered that people are using Okada. And when we came on board too, I'm not saying Okada should not work, but I think they should be working outside the fence. It should not be the core major
in the rural areas.
Transport station. Yes. And we also bring on board, I introduced tricycle, and I'm so happy too. That is where I said the cocoa buyer were so supportive. They bought almost about 3 or 4 just to support my administration.
3 or 4 what?
Tricycle.
Tricycle, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And give it to the local government to support the administration, since I said I don't want Okada to be a major transportation in Idanre.
Okay.
And it has been there. It has been there. The driver union, we talked to them that time, because they could be stubborn at times. They said, they don't want, no, it's going to this. I said, no, my brother, I will not allow you to go that way. So, and we thank God, we have our way at the end of the day. So, Idanre now, if anybody in diaspora is coming, if they did not come with their vehicle, I want to assure them that they won't go through Okada.
Okay.
So, we have the tricycle that can even, in fact, you have a fresh air once you are inside that tricycle. So, that's one of the means of transportation. That is one of the initiative of our administration, again, where we came on board, that we cannot allow Okada to be a major transportation in Idanre, and it has been up and running. So if any one of them is also willing to support us, we are not saying they should buy it and dash the local government. Of course, once they buy it, to give it to the local government, we manage on their behalf and we'll make sure that their money is they have returns on their money on monthly basis.
Well, it's been a pleasure meeting the first citizen of Idanre government as far as the government is concerned, and we hope that one of these days you will come back to our studio and give us a great news like you did today. And hopefully we're looking forward to maybe one day we pray that your administration will give a bus instead of the tricycle to Idanre. So we are making progress, and the chairman of the local government is here, and we hope that you come back to our studio again to say how good things are going on in Idanre.
Yes, I will be glad to come back again, because it's not everything. What I have not done, I will not say it. You know, some people will come on here to come and tell you we have to do this, we have to do this. And I want to tell you that before the second week in December, we want to there's what we want to flag off 4 about 5 projects.
Wow.
In Idanre.
Okay.
And I will call you is the brain born of the local government.
Okay.
This is not from the state but from the local government. We are going to get it to flag off building, shopping mall and whatever. So we'll call
wow, that's
so that
great. Yes, we will give microphone to the people. We give microphone to the people through you so that people can know exactly what is going on. Once again, we appreciate the number 1 citizen of Idanre touching our studio, and we look forward to talking with him in another day. By then, it's me, your host, Wole Akigba, say, have a great day. Thank you. And thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir. My pleasure, sir.
Thank you.